Welcome to this week's episode of the Declutter 360 podcast. I'm Lauren Diekman, a certified home organizer and mindset coach who's created this space that is dedicated to helping you unlock your potential to live an organized life once and for all. Are you ready to get organized from all angles? Let's dive in. Welcome back to the podcast. Listen, there is so much to organizing that I think is a little bit misunderstood. So the piece of it that I really want to focus in on today, obviously, this podcast's namesake, right, is the decluttering side of organizing, because I believe that if you want to make a huge difference in how your life is organized, how your space, any space, is organized, the way that you're going to make the biggest impact in the least amount of time is by decluttering, by reducing the number of things, the amount of stuff that you own within that space and that you keep within that space. And I don't just mean moving it to another space necessarily, right? This is about truly paring down what you have, making choices about what you have. And as I always say, knowing your priorities is such an important piece of that. But oftentimes when I'm talking about decluttering with clients, they give me a little bit of pushback on items. And I'm not, one of those professional organizers who's coming in and giving you a lot of pressure to get rid of things. It's not about that. It's more about encouragement to really think things through in a different way. Not just that you don't want to get rid of something, but why is it that I want to keep this item? What's the purpose that it serves within this space for me or for another family member, perhaps? What's that underlying purpose? What's the usefulness of it? Basically, what you want to make sure is that your stuff, these things that you're choosing to keep within your space, are things that serve you, not just things that you have some kind of fear around getting rid of. A lot of times I think we get stuck or hung up on some of the worry about what if I need this down the line, or what if I regret getting rid of this down the line. And you know what? Sometimes that does happen. Even to me, oh, I wish I must have donated that. I wish I had held on to it. But by the time I'm wishing that, it is so far down the road that I have to laugh when that happens. Because I'm like, really? I would have kept that item for 2 years or whatever just to maybe use it today? No, that showed me how unimportant that particular item was and how crucial it was that I did declutter it, because I was no longer having to care for it every day of those 2 years or whatever the time frame was, in anticipation of maybe needing it. And guess what? I got along just fine without it. Even after I would realize, like, oh, I wish I had that. I got along just fine without it. And I think, a lot of that fear around getting rid of items also falls into that sentimental category, where we're worried that we're going to lose the memory of an item by getting rid of an item, by passing on an item. And I want you to just truly think about where those memories actually lie. And, today in the digital world, so many of us, pretty much everyone, right? Adults all the way down to so many kids these days too, are walking around with a computer, a phone, a camera, all in one, tucked in their pocket. Okay. And that camera and your pictures and images and things live there. And that can be just as powerful of a spark of your memories as actually holding the actual item. You know what I'm saying? The other hang up that I get or pushback that I get sometimes with decluttering is, that folks just feel like they don't have time to be able to commit to making those decisions, and I think a lot of times we assume that the decluttering process is going to take a lot of time. Here's the thing. Yes, that is true, but it doesn't always have to be true. And let me tell you a little bit about what I mean with that. In that, yes, decluttering does take a lot of time, and it takes a lot of time because it's an ongoing process. And as long as you can commit to that long-term process, understand that decluttering is not a one and done thing. You don't have to, nor would I encourage you to sit down and spend an entire weekend just decluttering to then, brush your hands of it and turn around and walk away and say, I am finished decluttering. I have decluttered. That's not how decluttering works. It's actually more effective when you take a step back and declutter little bits at a time consistently, whether you're doing it on a monthly basis, a weekly basis, or even a daily basis. Now, setting a schedule for decluttering can be helpful, but I think it's also, if you want to make a habit of it, if you want to make a routine of decluttering monthly or weekly or daily, whatever it may be, it can be helpful, but it can also be helpful to let go of that schedule a little bit and know that just because you have this goal to declutter daily, maybe, that it doesn't have to be perfect. Like if you miss a day decluttering, it doesn't derail your whole progress, right? You can come back and declutter the next day and get right back on track. So don't get stuck on the perfection piece of it either. And here's where I want to invite you to a little challenge I'm going to be doing in my Facebook community. I do have a free Facebook community. If you haven't had a chance to join, check the show notes because there's information there, a link you can click really easily to come and join us over in this free Facebook community. It's the Declutter 360 community. And starting on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and running all the way up until Christmas, I'm going to be hosting a declutter one thing a day challenge where I'm going to invite you to take a look at one specific item or category, small category of items within your home each day. And so you can come check in on that post each day in our Facebook community. Again, we're going to be starting on Black Friday, which this year I believe is November maybe 29th. Yeah, November 29th. So we'll be starting on Friday, November 29th, and I'll be posting every day a specific item or very small category of items for you to go take a look at. These little decluttering challenges are designed to be super quick so that even if you miss a day, it's going to be really easy for you to catch up and be able to knock that out so that between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you're going to make this amazing progress over 3 weeks of progress, almost 4, of all these things that you're going to declutter and help to free up space in your home before the holidays. Because what do we know about Christmas and the holidays? There tends to be a big influx of stuff, right? We tend to add to what we have at the holidays. And it's such an amazing time to both be giving and receiving that we want to help prepare ourselves. And not only is this challenge going to help you prepare for the holidays, but it's also going to help prepare this habit for you so that you can continue past the holidays, seeing and recognizing these quick decluttering opportunities within your home, within your car, within your workspace, wherever it may be, that are going to help you continue to make life simpler and easier, more streamlined for yourself, which is going to help you then enjoy the holiday season and beyond so much more. So, my friends, come on over, check those show notes, join the free Facebook community between now and Black Friday, or even if you're listening to this later on, come on over and join the Facebook community. It's okay if you're joining us mid-challenge, or even if the challenge is over and maybe you've just discovered the Declutter 360 podcast. And so you're joining us for the first time, maybe listening through to some of these episodes and coming across this much later. You can still come join the free Facebook community, and you can still come and take advantage of that challenge. Just come into the community group and do a quick little search to see if you can find the posts really easily, or you can send me a message or an email. All that information is in the show notes as well to connect with me, and I can help point out those posts to you so you can start doing a little bit of decluttering every day to help build your decluttering muscles, create a healthy habit of decluttering and making decisions on a daily basis, freeing up that space and simplifying your life to be able to focus in on your priorities and what truly matters to you. Oh, this is going to be so amazing. I'm so excited to share this with you all. So come on over and join me, and I'll see you next week back over here on the Declutter 360 podcast. Thank you for tuning into the Declutter 360 podcast today. I am so grateful that you found me and that we can partner together to help you live life organized from all angles. Whether this was your first time listening or you've heard every episode, you'll want to join my email list so you don't miss a bit of the inspiration and motivation to help you stay the course in living organized. Check the show notes for the link to join, okay? And hey, if you found this episode to be particularly helpful or inspiring, I would be so honored for you to share it on socials so we can grow the impact of these messages together. Oh, thank you so much. All right, my friend, that's all for now. Tune in next week for more on the Declutter 360 podcast.